Welcome everyone. Today's topic is kids learnography. That is students learnography. What is the place of knowledge transfer for our students in school ecosystem? Place of knowledge transfer is very important to apply dimensions and other methods in learnography. Kids learnography, our students learnography, to secure higher success in school. Learnography is the school of knowledge transfer, in which the learning fields of brainpage theory are launched in the classroom like the workplace of knowledge transfer. At present, classroom is running like teaching classroom. Teaching is everything in our students' classroom. We can convert this classroom into the workplace of knowledge transfer, where students' learning or learnography will be everything in a school period. So, school hour will be utilized for students' learning transfer. This is the school of knowledge transfer in which the learning fields of brainpage theory are launched in the classroom like the workplace of knowledge transfer. Teaching is not necessary because students learn from brainpage books by applying the mathematical dimensions of learning mechanism. How is maths chapter learned in the classroom? These dimensions, mathematical dimensions, can be used in all subjects to develop smart brainpage modules, or we can say memory modulation. So these kids will learn, write, and understand the topic in the way in which they can secure higher position in learning status. Teaching is not necessary because students learn from brainpage books by applying the mathematical dimensions of learning mechanism. Everything is finished in school hours, so homework is not required for learning and writing at home. A classroom of small teachers is defined in school learnography to make high-speed brainpage modules in book-to-brain learning transfer. So, in school learnography, there will be big teachers and small teachers. Big teachers will produce small teachers in school ecosystem. Students will be transformed into small teachers. So, we need advanced classroom in our school system. Change our classroom into the place of knowledge transfer by launching the learning dimensions, source books, these are brainpage books, and miniature schools of structural and functional learnography. So there will be structural, functional, and collaborative classrooms in school system. And students will do everything in the classroom. The best achievement our children can acquire in school ecosystem, that whole education will be finished at the age of 20 years, from K1 to master class, master's degree. Whole education should be finished at the age of 20 years. If a child starts education at the age of 5 years, whole education should be finished within the period of 15 years. The period of 15 years is very long. Whole education can be finished within the period of 15 years. So, their education will be completed at the age of 20 years. And what will happen then? Students will be free. Students will be free and qualified to work after the age of 20 years. That's the basic theme, fundamental theme of School 2020. And this School 2020 is Takshashila 2020. 2020. Whole education should be finished at the age of 20 years. And also students must be free to work at the age of 20 years. 20 years, 20 years. That is School 2020. Takshila 2020. And the system will be Takshila Model School System, in which students will do everything in the classroom. What type of classroom? A classroom will be divided into miniature schools. That classroom will be defined as a structural, functional, and collaborative classroom. A student may be transformed into a small teacher if he attends the Singularity of Z knowledge during brainpage memory modulation. This is the subject of neuroscience, neurobiology, that what is the learning mechanism of a student's brain? Learning mechanism means it is defined by the working mechanism. We have to observe inside the brain what are learning circuits. So, a student may be transformed into a small teacher if he attains the singularity of Z knowledge during brainpage memory modulation. Singularity. Singular. Singularity. All types of learning, all types of knowledge are converted into one behavioral output, into one knowledge, that is Z knowledge. And what are those learning or knowledge? Cognitive knowledge, limbic knowledge, motor knowledge, all types of knowledge, emotions, logic, analysis, all types of learning will be converted into one behavioral output, one knowledge. And this is known as singularity of Z knowledge. Learning is knowledge transfer to a student's brain regions. All types of knowledge transfer are transformed into the single behavioral output of composite motor knowledge in the basal ganglia circuitry of a student's brain. Subject of neuroscience. All types of knowledge transfer are transformed into the single behavioral output of composite motor knowledge in the basal ganglia circuitry of a student's brain. This is the singularity of brainpage theory based on the fifth dimension of knowledge transfer. As you know, that module builder is the fifth dimension of knowledge transfer, and it is regulated by the cerebellar basal ganglia motor circuitry of a student's brain. Children are intelligent in the motor science of knowledge transfer, but they are bad in the application of cognitive science. Cognitive science and motor science. At present, all schools are running on the teaching theories of cognitive science. So, learning is not effective in the classroom. Teaching classroom is converted into talking classroom. Children are intelligent in the motor science of knowledge transfer, but they are bad in the application of cognitive science. In children, the motor circuits of brain are more developed than the logic and cognitive circuits of prefrontal cortex of brain. Students should be allowed to make brainpage modules, brainpage memory modules, brainpage learning modules in the classroom. Students should be allowed to make brainpage learning modules in the classroom using the motor science of knowledge transfer, not cognitive science. Teachers are using the methods of cognitive science for classroom performance. Students should be allowed to make brainpage learning modules in the classroom using the motor science of knowledge transfer, book-to-brain knowledge transfer. In fact, Learnography is the school of knowledge transfer in which the learning fields of brain-based theory are launched in the classroom like the workplace of knowledge transfer, using motor learning skills. What is the place of knowledge transfer for our children in school system? The reply is available in this topic. Classroom is very important. We can't make our home school. Parents can't be changed into teachers. In this way, we can improve the standard of classroom and learning will be very effective. Thank you.